Imagine this. Your child lies in bed, tiny hands curled under their cheek, eyes half closed, waiting for you. You pick up a book, read a story, turn off the lights, and walk out believing you've given them what they need. But here's the truth no one tells parents. The story isn't what stays in their heart. It's not the part that shapes their future. And many nights, it's not even what they needed at all. Because while you think you're closing the day, your child is lying there with a heart full of thoughts they haven't said, feelings they don't understand, emotions they don't know how to release. And that's why, before bedtime, your child doesn't need a story. They need something else entirely, something far more powerful, something that quietly determines how deeply connected they feel to you, something that many children go to sleep without, even in loving homes. And missing this one thing is the reason so many kids grow emotionally distant without parents realizing why. But tonight, you're about to understand exactly what your child really needs when the world becomes quiet. Every day, your child carries more emotional weight than you think. You see the big moments, the tantrums, the laughter, the stubborn behavior, the curiosity. But you don't see the 100 tiny emotional experiences they collect like invisible pebbles in their pockets. A moment when they felt embarrassed in class, a time a friend ignored them, a question they were too shy to ask, a mistake they kept replaying in their mind, a fear they didn't have the words to explain. Even the excitement they felt can turn into pressure they don't know how to release. Kids hold everything, joy, fear, confusion, guilt, curiosity, and they hold it silently. That's why bedtime is the moment when it all rises to the surface. Their body slows down. Their mind softens. Their heart becomes louder. And in that quiet moment, your child isn't looking for entertainment. They're searching for something much deeper. They're hoping someone will make space for the feelings they've carried all day. They're hoping someone will notice the invisible weight. They're hoping someone will pause long enough to see what they couldn't express. And when that moment is replaced with a quick story and a light turned off, the emotional weight stays inside. This is why bedtime stories, while sweet, are not enough. Stories distract the brain, but they don't unlock the heart. They fill the silence, but they don't create connection. They help your child imagine another world, but they don't help them understand their own. Children don't go to sleep unsettled because they didn't hear enough fairy tales. They go to sleep unsettled because they didn't have a moment to be real with you, to be open, to be vulnerable, to be heard. A bedtime story doesn't tell a child, your feelings matter. It doesn't help them make sense of something hurtful that happened at school. It doesn't give them permission to ask questions they were scared to voice. It doesn't heal the little disappointments they swallowed throughout the day. And as parents, we often don't realize how many emotional moments children carry because they are so good at masking them. But when we rush bedtime, even lovingly, we accidentally tell them that the day is over, even if their heart isn't ready for it yet. What your child truly needs before bedtime is connection, real, patient, unhurried connection. Not the kind you squeeze in between chores, not the kind you multitask through, not the kind you rush because you're tired. They need the version of you that slows down, the version that looks at them gently, the version that sits in the quiet instead of filling it. Because children don't open up when they're asked to. They open up when they feel safe enough to. And safety is created by presence, not performance. Instead of reading words from a page, you become the story they remember, the story of a parent who listens. A parent who notices. A parent who understands without judgment. A parent who gives emotional oxygen at the very moment they need it most. And when this becomes a nightly ritual, something extraordinary happens. Your child begins sharing things they never would have told you during the day. Not because you asked, but because bedtime makes them brave. So instead of a story, ask simple, heart-opening questions. How was your heart today? What was the best part of your day? What was the hardest? Did anything make you feel confused? Is there something you didn't get to tell me earlier? These questions unlock emotional doors inside your child, doors that often stay closed in the noise of daytime life. And here's the key. When they answer, don't fix, don't judge, don't interrupt. Let them be messy. Let them be emotional. Let them express without worrying about your reaction. Because if a child feels corrected instead of understood, they stop sharing. But if they feel heard, they open up more each night. They begin trusting you with the parts of themselves that feel delicate. They begin talking about thoughts they didn't know how to express. They begin exploring their emotions with your guidance. And you become their safe place, the one space where they can breathe. Kids who feel emotionally safe at night sleep better. Their body relaxes, their mind settles, and their heart rests. They don't fall asleep with worries pushing against their chest. They don't lie awake replaying embarrassing moments. They don't hold onto unresolved sadness. They drift into sleep with a sense of peace. And that peace affects everything: their behavior, their confidence, their emotional control, even their ability to listen and cooperate the next day. A child who feels understood is softer, kinder, calmer, and more connected. Not because you discipline more, but because you connect deeper. Connection builds the foundation that discipline stands on. Without it, parenting becomes harder. With it, everything becomes easier. Imagine your child lying there, feeling their entire day melt away because they shared their emotions with you. Imagine them realizing they don't have to hide anything. Imagine them trusting you with the parts of themselves they don't show to anyone else. Imagine the relationship that grows from this, a relationship built on safety, not fear, on understanding, not instructions, on presence, not perfection. Years from now, they won't remember which stories you read, but they will remember your voice in the dark, saying, "I'm here, tell me anything." They will remember the comfort in your calmness. They will remember the night you stayed a little longer when they needed you. Those are the memories that create secure, emotionally strong adults. Those are the moments that shape who they become. So tonight, instead of picking up a book, sit down beside your child. Not rushed, not distracted, not half present with your mind somewhere else, but truly there. Slow your breathing until your entire presence feels like calm air settling into the room. Let your shoulders drop, let the noise of the day fade, and allow your child to feel the shift in your energy. Children can sense emotional presence long before they understand it with words. They can feel when you're truly with them, and when you're only physically near them but mentally far away. Let your child feel that you're fully present, fully grounded, fully tuned into the softness of the moment. Let the silence stretch without needing to fill it. Silence is not empty to a child, it is reassurance. It tells them, "You don't have to rush, I'm not in a hurry, I'm not trying to escape this moment. I'm here with you." Let the silence be gentle, warm, and safe, like a blanket wrapping around their heart. In that silence, their emotions start to rise. Their thoughts become clearer. Their courage to share begins to grow. Let your presence be the comfort they've been waiting for all day. The kind of comfort that doesn't require words, gifts, or explanations. The comfort that comes simply from being seen. Look at them with patience, with eyes that say, "I'm listening even when you haven't spoken yet." Children don't open up because of questions. They open up because of energy. Your calmness becomes their courage. Your softness becomes their permission to be honest. Listen with your heart, not your ears. Hear the spaces between their sentences. Hear the unspoken fears hiding behind their pauses. Hear the excitement they're trying to express, the confusion they don't yet understand, the sadness they don't know how to describe. Hear the tiny tremble in their voice when they tell you something that mattered more to them than you realized. This is not a bedtime routine. This is emotional safety being built in real time. Because this moment, this quiet, tender, unrehearsed moment, is what they will carry for the rest of their life. They will forget many of the days, many of the toys, many of the stories, but they will not forget the way it felt to be safe in your presence. They will not forget the feeling of you sitting beside them when their heart was full. They will not forget that every night before sleep, someone made time to know them, understand them, hear them, and hold space for their feelings. Before bedtime, your child doesn't need another story from a book. They need the story of you choosing them. They need a safe space where emotions don't have to hide. They need emotional closeness, not performance, not perfection, not pressure, just closeness. They need a parent who pauses long enough to see the invisible things, the uncertainty in their eyes, the hesitation in their voice, the questions they're afraid to ask. They need a moment to release the weight they've collected throughout the day, the weight of small worries, silent disappointments, unspoken fears, and the millions of feelings they don't yet know how to name. If they don't release that weight at night, it follows them into tomorrow. stacking heavier and heavier until it becomes part of their personality. But when you give them space to share, even the heaviest emotions soften, become manageable, become understood. They need the version of you that makes their world feel safe again, not through big gestures, but through gentle presence. When you sit beside them without rushing, you teach them that they matter. When you stay long enough for them to open up, you teach them that their inner world is important. When you listen with intention, you teach them that they never have to hide themselves from you. And that is the real bedtime magic. The magic isn't in the bedtime story. It's in you. It's in your eyes meeting theirs in the low light. It's in your voice softening, not because you're tired, but because you care. It's in your willingness to slow down the world for 5 minutes and let their heart go first. It's in the warmth of your presence telling them, I'm here and you're safe. And children who fall asleep feeling safe don't just sleep better, they grow better. They love better. They trust better. They become adults who know how to rest because someone once showed them how. That is the magic. That is the memory. That is the moment that stays. And that is what they truly need before bedtime.